yeah. Matthew, there's something behind. Oh, I'm scared.
Stop! What? No, you're just.
Hey, Zeus.
Hello, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, pretty loud and clear.
You look quite dapper.
Thanks.
What's up? How's your day?
It's been great, honestly. Just freaking taking care of these kids.
Dude, I know.
Okay.
I watch my niece, and then I also, like, I do work, and then I do, like, fucking YouTube and video edits and stuff like that. My brain's like, blah! Daniel.
Hi.
Hello, Daniel. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. You know, another day. Another day living on the internet. Okay. All right, my good man, Daniel. So what creepy, weird experience do you have for me?
I'm so sorry.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. We'll get into it later.
Wait, okay. Tea time.
No. This has to go. You know, I had that ghost experience last night, and I thought the person that's staying with me right now is in their room, and I just was going out the front door, and as I was going out the front door and reaching for the door knob, they opened it. And
so you thought it was the ghost?
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, I just screamed to the top of my lungs.
How are you?
I'm just like shook
okay.
from last night, honestly.
So you have a creepy, weird, freaky story. I want to hear it. I want to hear everything, every last detail.
Perfect, because I have several.
Oh, cool. Okay, I want to hear it.
So I guess I want to start with usually if you're like a really receptive person to like paranormal stuff or whatever you want to call it, it basically takes like having an open mind to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Like I'm just gonna have to like redo my hair all day today, but okay, sorry, go.
I like your bun. Okay, so every paranormal experience I had takes place at my mom's house. Like I've never had anything paranormal anywhere else, but I've seen like a lot of stuff happen at my mom's house. And like this house is where my mom lived when she was growing up and everything, so she's been in this house for like a really long time. And when she was a youngster, like my aunts and uncles lived there too, right? Because they're siblings. And my uncle went with like his friends and the neighbor girl. There was like, my neighbor had a daughter named Nicole, and she was with my uncle and them. And there's literally a park right behind the house. Like if you hop the fence in my backyard at my mom's house, then you'd be in the park. So they all went down there into like this ravine area, and they decided to like dig themselves a cave or whatever to like, I don't know, chill in. And so they dug the cave, and when they came out, they realized they forgot the tools in there. So the neighbor's daughter Nicole like went back in to go get them, but the whole thing collapsed on her, and she suffocated and died. And it was like my uncle's idea for them to like actually dig the cave and everything. Oh. So my mom thinks that Nicole's ghost is what's haunting the house because she's like resentful from my uncle. And I'll start with like some things that I heard my parents say that they've seen. Like when my dad used to live there before they got divorced. One time he was sleeping and he wakes up if you barely touch him, and like he starts like fighting and shit. Like he'll start punching the air. But he woke up because he felt like someone kissed him like on the lips, and he thought it was my mom, but when he looked over at my mom, she was like dead asleep. And he looked at the window, and at the window they had like curtains that were parted in the middle. Like you could see the window through the curtains. He said there was a woman there. Like he could see a woman's face outside the window. And then he looked away and looked back again, and then she was gone. And another thing that he said was happening was like one time they were like moving or something, moving stuff around. And they had a mattress up against the wall, like straight up. And then it fell, obviously. So then he put it back up against the wall, but at an angle like this, so that it couldn't fall this way, but it did. Like you think it would slide down like this way, but it fell back that way, like as if something had pushed it. But
So you didn't personally experience it? Your relative experienced it?
yeah, that's some stuff that my dad had said. But I've experienced a lot in that house too.
Okay.
Like when I was a kid, I would be like chilling in the living room, just like vibing, watching Cartoon Network, and like down the hallway, there's like the wall, like a long wall, and then towards one of the bedrooms, like there's a corner, and then there's the door. So basically, there's like a hiding spot outside the door that you could like peek over and like look down the hallway, and nobody like could see you. But I'd be like on the couch, and I'd see something out of the corner of my eye at that corner, and I would look over there, and I would just see this face, like this white face, and it was so white, it was like the color of flour, or like a light bulb, like that kind of white. And it would like look back at me for a second, and then like turn back around, or turn back into the corner. And that's kind of like my first memory of like having something paranormal there. But there was another time that happened when I was pretty young, like 12 or something. This was after like all my step siblings and stuff moved in, and we had 10 people living in 3 bedrooms, or 12 people living in 3 bedrooms. So like I didn't have a bed at this time, and I had to sleep on the floor. My stepsister was sleeping on the bed, and when I was on the floor, I was awake before everybody, and there was like a bubble that came out of the wall and like slowly moved in like a straight ass line, like not in a way that bubbles move. It just was straight, and it floated over my stepsister while she was sleeping, and then it popped, and then right after it popped, she woke up. It was so fucking weird. I remember it like it was yesterday too.
How do you make sense of that situation?
I don't fucking know. Like, I heard that like some people can like astral project when they're sleeping, and like their soul or something can leave their body, or like their consciousness can leave their body while they're asleep. So that might be an explanation for it, because right when that bubble popped over her body, like that's when she woke up.
Okay.
There's also some situations involved, or with this ghost, that involve food.
Ooh.
Like for some reason, this ghost like is a poltergeist for the fucking food. Like this one time, it was me and all my step siblings playing cards at the kitchen table, and on top of the fridge is where like we stored our bread, and there was like this thing of bagels, and we're just playing cards, and all of a sudden the bagels get sent flying across the kitchen and hit the ovens on the other side hella hard, like forcefully thrown. Like it didn't just fall off the fridge. So everybody started like running down the hallway and trying to get away from there. And my sister Ashley like fell down, and then we all just trampled her. And nobody went back to help her because nobody fucking likes Ashley.
Are you? Oh my god.
Okay, and then that happened. And another time happened with me alone involving food. So in my garage, I was out there, and it's like a creepy ass garage. It just gives you like weird fucking vibes. But I don't know if you know this, but like when you buy a bag of pinto beans, they're like all dried, right?
Okay.
Buy like a bag of dried pinto beans that you have to boil. So we had that in the garage, and when I was out there alone, like they started flying at me one by one, like really hard, and like hitting me.
Wait. Pinto beans were flying at you?
Yeah.
I have like 2 monitors. Okay, so I have like this higher up monitor right here, and then my camera's like sitting right above it, and then I have this monitor, and then like screen monitor. So I keep looking like in both different directions. But pinto beans were being thrown at you, really?
Yes. Like very and hard. Like I don't know, like a Nerf gun. Like you know how like that kind of Nerf gun? That's what it felt like. So I ran out the garage. But there's one more time that something was thrown at me. Like, you know, on Halloween, you can get those, like, piece of shit little, like, 25-cent rings that look like a spider.
Uh-huh.
Like the little widow ones. So there was one that was chilling on the bed, or chilling on the table, and it just flew at me, like, at my stomach. So I don't know why, like, this ghost likes throwing things. It's pretty fucking rude.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: has anyone else had these experiences aside from? Okay.
So
Like
another
these throwing experiences?
not that I know of for throwing, but except for the bagel one, because we all experienced that at the same time.
Okay.
It's like all my siblings out there. But okay,
So this is something among your family that you guys discuss, like that ghost haunted experiences. Okay.
There's one thing that like my mom also experienced that I experienced. So what I experienced was like the doorknobs, they'll jiggle like as if they're locked, even if they're not. So like, you know, when you're trying to open a locked door, like you jiggle the knob a couple times, right? So that happened like at random doors. And when I went over to my mom's house recently, I asked about the ghost and like if it was still there and like what's been going on. And she said that, yeah, the doorknobs have been jiggling. So that's something that like I experienced and didn't really tell her. But she told me that she was experiencing the doorknobs jiggling too. So I know I'm not making that shit up.
Well, yeah, I definitely don't think you're making anything up. Because I've experienced many things, although, gosh, I don't know. I can't really make sense of it. So I don't even know. I definitely understand. Like, I don't think that you're lying. You know what I mean? Obviously, like, I base my channel off of like people's opinions on experiences on paranormal and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I would never like accuse you of that. Anyways, so what other occurrences?
That's all I've personally experienced there, I think. But somebody has seen like the face of the ghost. It was my sister's boyfriend when they were living there. He was awake in their bed that they were sharing, and then he said that he saw like a woman's face on the ceiling, and like she looked like beautiful when she was looking at my sister, and she looked like peaceful.
Okay.
But when he looked at him, he said her face turned like ugly and looked like a demon. And it scared the shit out of him. He came out like the next day and like he was scared shitless. So I don't think that ghost likes him.
Wait, and this happened to you, or this happened to them in the same house, correct?
The same house, yeah.
Oh gosh. Wow. That's crazy.
And that's all I can recall for paranormal experiences.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Daniel, for your experiences. I appreciate them. I know I'll see you soon on my channel. You are the best.
It's always a pleasure. I love your energy. Thanks for having me.
Aw, well, I love you, and I will talk to you soon.
I was basically having like a little ritual. Wow. I was having like a little ritual. So basically it was just kind of like an intentions manifestation type thing.
Okay.
With candles, water, kind of like element play a little bit. So I was
Zeus, are you a witch?
No. I mean, burn her at the stake.
Burn me at the stake. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it was just like one of those moments that I kind of took to just like clear my mind and kind of like write down a few things that I wanted to get like situated with my life, kind of habits that I wanted to pick up, habits I wanted to get rid of, type of thing. So I did this, right? And then I just ended. I'm like, all right, I'm done, put everything away. I laid down, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm just like relaxing, right? Trying to fall asleep because this is like past midnight. And I just start hearing like almost like if somebody was writing. So basically it sounded like me in another dimension maybe, or a space and time warp type thing. And I was like really tripping out because I did feel a presence like right next to you. I was like, oh my gosh.
Wait, so you were laying down and then you heard like the sound of like writing?
Yeah, so I thought it was probably like me, but like
in another space. And okay, cool. So you feel like so probably all those incense and all that manifestation brought yourself to just like a different realm for a quick hot second.
Yeah, I don't know. And I was like tripping out. I was like really scared, like worried. So I get up and I turn on the lights or whatever. I'm like, what is going on? So I stopped hearing it, right? And then I lay back down, and then all of a sudden, like it's like quiet, just like dead silent, you know? And then I start hearing like almost like the sound of breathing, because that's what I do too. I do like deep meditation,
Breath.
like work. You hear like type thing.
Yeah.
And it starts to really creep me out. And I'm like, what is going on? So I guess that's one of my like most recent like creepy things that's happened to me. And I felt like I was creating it, which is like weird, scary, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't feel like that was like a ghost or supernatural, but I do
You just feel like it was kind of unexplainable.
Yeah, like I was like, how did that happen? How did I do that? It was a trip. And then I do have I don't know, are you from like the United States? You're from Puerto Rico, right?
Well, no, I was born in Brooklyn, New York, and my parents are Puerto Rican. My grandparents were born in Puerto Rico. Yeah, and I have family over there, obviously. But yeah,
That's
I'm pretty much Cali raised though.
okay. So born in Brooklyn, Cali raised. So another supernatural thing that's happened to a supernatural ghost story. So me and my family have a habit of like going to vacationing out in Mexico, because that's where all my family's from.
Okay.
And we're from Zacatecas, right? And there's this like rancho. It's like a small ranchito, like I guess a ranch. And it's our family's pretty much.
Okay.
Like it has our last name. So if you look it up on the maps, you can see like the whole thing. Like it's pretty big.
That's awesome.
So, but we don't own it. It's like other people, you know.
Yeah,
it's weird.
your last name. Yeah.
Yeah, and my family has like a house down there, right? It's super old. Like the architecture is like adobe, freaking made out of dirt. So it's like basically falling apart. Even on the inside, you can see like cracks and stuff. It's really kind of eerie. And outside, we had like a camping tent out for like my family, because it was a ton of us. It was like 10 of us probably out there staying, and my parents were inside indoors, and we were like, well, we want to sleep outside in a tent and trying to be adventurous, because they have like a big old yard. It's super pretty, like trees everywhere, plants, you know. And so we're camping out there, having fun, you know, enjoying our time. And then when it's time to go to sleep, everybody's like, you know, all the lights are off. It's super dark out there, because there's like the lights and stuff that they have out, like the field lights or whatever you want to call it. Street lights, there aren't any, because we're pretty much on a dirt road, right?
Okay.
Like towards the end of the ranch. And we've heard stories before of like a lady in a white dress. It reminded me of like La Llorona. I don't know if you heard the story, but
yeah,
that type of story. We heard a lot of that growing up. So it would freak us out occasionally. So when we're there, right, we're all sleeping in a tent, like freaking 5-6 of us, and just trying to relax, going to bed. And then once, I think it was like 3 o'clock, I checked my phone and it was like 3 o'clock already. And I wake up, I don't know, for some reason I just got like a weird like feeling. So I wake up, and then I'm just like looking around, super dark, right? I'm like, we're in a freaking camping tent for like 10 people. And then all of a sudden I feel like a grace across, like from the back, because I was like laying pretty much on the floor against the end of the tent. And then I just felt something like like poke through the tent and like grace my shoulder. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was freaking out. So I just wake up, I'm like, what just happened? And I start looking around like, oh, could it have been my sister or somebody,
or an animal,
or I don't know, it could have been, I guess, because it was pretty open. Like,
okay, you were camping in Mexico. Could have been a skunk,
I guess, but it felt like fingers.
Oh.
Like there's no way, like, yeah. So I wait a little bit. I wait like 5 minutes. I come outside and I check to see if anybody was out there. Right. I was just like, I was shook. I was nervous. I'm feeling nervous right now as I tell you because I'm just like remembering it vividly, you know. So the next morning I wake up. Everybody's up, you know, like they're having like making breakfast and like in the old like stove rock made out of rock thing.
Love
and
it.
They're just talking about their experiences in the ranch and stuff. And then I asked them, I was like, hey, did somebody like go up to the tent yesterday? And they're like, no, everybody was asleep. I was like, oh, because I felt somebody like tap my shoulder while I was sleeping. They're like, no, you're tripping. So that was like a pretty crazy instance for me. And I was just like shook ever since. I was like, I don't know if I want to sleep out there anymore.
Gosh. Okay. So
Yeah.
you never figured out what that mysterious thing was?
No, I did. I know it felt like a person because they tapped my shoulder and I did see a shadow just like zoom past.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And like it was no one in your family. So if it was a person, it was someone that didn't belong there.
Maybe, I don't know. But we have taken pictures. Yeah, we've taken pictures out there too, and a lot of times you get like the orbs, supposedly. I feel like it's like the Flash or whatever.
I believe in the orbs to some degree, but I mean, you have to really understand that like dust can appear as orbs, like light.
Yeah.
Like light manipulation can appear as orbs in film. So it's just
Yeah.
I don't. That doesn't hold too much water with me. But yeah, no, that's cool. Okay, so that's creepy as hell. What else you got?
I mean, a lot. I remember when I was younger, I almost like saw somebody walk by, but it's like, cause it's like pitch black out there. It's like dark, you know, and we do have trees around there, like fruit trees. We had pomegranate trees growing and stuff. And then we were just like, cause you have to go, you know how like in older buildings or architecture, sometimes they would put the bathrooms away from the house.
Yeah.
So it's like a big rectangular house, right? And then it's like field, trees, and then towards the front of the building, in front of the gate, there's like a bathroom, basically, like right by the gate. It's really, really
It's like an outhouse sort of thing.
Huh?
Like an outhouse sort of like restroom thing. Okay.
Yeah, and it was like I hated that. I hated having to like
Ew.
to need to go out, to have to go, you know.
I would hate that too, but I feel like I get used to it. Like I'm very adaptable. You know what I mean?
Go to class. Sorry, my nephews are over here trying to be.
No, it's okay. You're good. I had to give my niece a couple projects because I told her, I was like, girl, for 1 hour you need to let Uncle focus on the computer. She's been like interrupting me when I've been on here lately. It's fine. I don't really mind. I don't care. But it's like, Uncle needs like an hour. Yeah.
Lou. So is that your name? Oh,
Lucifer. However, my online name is Lucifer. So
Lucifer. Okay, light bearer.
Lucifer. But thank you so much, Zeus. I always appreciate your time. You are the best. I love your energy. Stay aligned. Don't let anyone fuck with your chakras ever.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you.
So Matthew, hi. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Okay. So let's hear your ghost story, sir.
God. Okay. This happened last night. Like this happened last fucking night. Like I'm so shocked.
Okay, I want to hear it. It's crazy because I feel like you've had like, let's see, minimal ghost experiences out of like the people that I've had like in the whole little ghost community that I'm building here. And I feel like, I don't know, like I feel I feel like you had like 1 or 2 ghost stories and now like all these occurrences are happening.
No. The one I told you last time was one I just hadn't told you before. But
no, I just feel like now that there's a ghost in your house. I'm sorry, you think that she's gone, but she could still be there.
She's gone.
You don't know if she's gone.
But there was a demon in my house last night.
Okay, continue. Yeah, go.
There was a demon in my house last night. But this is, I know where it came from. So like my ex was a narcissist. My ex was not a good person. I think he had some evil in him. I got him this crystal orb set with like other gems and stones in it. I think that's what let this thing in, or at least like let it onto him. So like, but furthermore, there was this mirror in our dining room that like literally every single day he would look into this mirror and he would sing into it, or he would like, if he had like something he needed to memorize, or like he was practicing for an interview or whatever, he would look into this mirror and like always just use this mirror every single day. I'm not like kidding. So yesterday morning, I'm laying in bed and I'm like, I just woken up and I'm on my phone and something crashes in the other room, a loud banging and breaking noise, and I was like, what the fuck was that? And so like I get up and I walk out, and in the dining room the mirror had fallen off the wall and broken on the floor. And so like I thought it was kind of weird, definitely, because I was like, that mirror's literally been that mirror's literally been up for over a year on that wall.
Right.
So like, why did it fall? Nothing. We didn't have an earthquake. Nothing else fell. It was just weird. It was weird. But like, I also wasn't like thinking about it in that way. And so I just kind of like swept up the glass and I threw that away. And then I put the frame with the broken. It was still kind, had some broken mirror pieces in it. I put that, just popped up against the wall, and I was getting ready for work. So I like said in my head to myself, though, I was like, oh, I need to take that out as soon as possible, because you're never supposed to keep a broken mirror in the house. Like, it's just not a good thing. If a mirror breaks, you should get rid of it. So yeah, it was just really, but I propped it up against the wall and I didn't think about it. And so I went to go, I got the rest of it ready. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. At nighttime, I was cleaning the house. I was taking out the trash and I noticed the mirror again. And in my head, again, I said, oh, I'll come back up and grab that, because my hands were full already. And I was like, oh yeah, take that mirror down. Yeah, anyway, noted. Still didn't do it though. The light in my kitchen like flickers, and it's never done that before. And so I'm like, I tried to switch out the light bulb, and I tried to change it with another light bulb, another one that was already in the house, and then I put a new one in, and then I was messing with the fixture, and nothing it didn't stop flickering. But so I'm in the kitchen last night, and I'm on the phone with Lauren, and I'm just making brownies, and I'm talking to her, and I just mentioned the light, and I'm like, this fucking light won't stop flickering. I don't know why. I tried to change it, and I'm just telling her, just like I was telling you. But as I'm saying it, this light starts to flicker faster and faster and faster, as I'm talking about it. And it started getting so fast, actually, that I don't know, I felt really a bad presence around me, and I got goosebumps.
I love how I'm smiling as you're talking about a bad presence. I'm like, oh, what was it?
No, it was not. It was really, really. I've witnessed a few ghosts in my life, but I've never been around one that was that scary. I was very scared. And
last night, Maddie, why didn't you call me? What the hell?
I was on the phone with Lauren. Lauren literally.
You should have been on the phone. You should have clicked on her and got on the phone with me. The fuck?
Stop. I don't know what I would have done without Lauren on the phone, because she really was very helpful through it all. But anyway,
I wish I would have been able to record all of that. I'm so upset.
I'm done. No, without me even telling her that the light was going faster and faster and faster, and I hadn't even told her that I had goosebumps yet, and that I felt scared, because I'm telling her about the light, how it was been flickering for a week now. She literally goes, stop talking about it. And I'm like, why? How did you know? Because I'm terrified, and I'm in my head, I'm thinking oh, how'd you know that? How'd you know to stop talking about it? And she's like, I don't feel right about it. She's like, something's not right. She's like, I have goosebumps. And I was like,
she's not even there.
I know. That's why it's so amazing. I was just like, bitch, me too. I'm like, I'm actually really scared right now. And she's like, Maddie, you need to open all the windows in your house. And I was like, okay. And so like, no, but like the light started going so fast that it was like a strobe light. And I literally was like, no. Like, I didn't like it at all. I was
I'm sorry. I'm like, my mouth is just, I'm like, what?
I was freaked out. So I went into my room and I didn't get to open all the windows yet. So I left the kitchen. I said, fuck this. I went into my room. I shut the door. And I'm just still on the phone with Lauren. And Lauren's trying to tell me like, just like breathe, calm down. It's okay. And I'm like, no, girl, I'm like really scared. Actually, I'm not scared of shit. Like
you're not.
I'm really not. I'm really not. Of things. And I was like, I told her, I said, I'm legitimately scared right now, Lauren, and I don't like it. There's something bad in my house. And then as she was talking to me, I heard this fucking noise in the kitchen, and it made my stomach sink. And I know every noise in this house. I've lived here for 3 years. I know what the pipes sound like in the fucking walls when they're popping and whatever. I know what the water heater sounds like. I know what the creaks sound like when the wind goes.
I got really cold for a sec. Like I don't know, Maddie. What are you bringing over here? I just got really.
Do you want the story or not? It's really scary.
Yes, but I'm super cold now. Look at this.
It's not a nice thing that was here.
Okay, continue.
I'm serious. I'm dead ass. Like, I called my mother and my sister, and I don't tell them things like this. But I literally called my mom and I said, you're gonna think I'm crazy. And I was just like, but I just had to like fight a demon. It tried to attack me, Lou. Hold on. Okay, so
you're scaring me now. I'm scared.
This thing was growling from my kitchen. It growled. And Lauren was talking during it. So I literally was so startled by the noise that I told her, I said, stop talking now. And like, just like that. And she just shut up. She didn't even say anything. She went, and I was just like, and then I told her, I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you. Like, but I'm trying to hear what this is. And so like, I had my headphones in, I took one out and I'm like literally sitting there like, and then it happens again, it growls again. And I was like, oh, fuck no. I said, Lauren, I was like, I was so scared. And she was like, did you open the windows yet? I'm like, no, I was too scared. I ran into my room. And she's like, okay, at least open the window in your room. And so I'm like, okay. And so I go over and I open the window.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry about that.
I'm standing in the middle of my room. And the floor in my house, when you walk on it, makes creaking noises.
I know, I've been there.
The fucking hallway creaked really like somebody was walking in it. And I was just like frozen in the spot, standing in the middle of my room, staring at my door. And I was like I was so fucking scared. And I said to Lauren, I tried to say, I think it's right outside my door. But I only got, I think it's right. And my door fucking opens. And I screamed at the top of my lungs. I backed up into this corner right here.
Wait, can you show us? Can you dramatize everything? Oh my God. I love this.
Okay, so I was, here, hold on. Can I rotate this? Oh, yeah. So that's the door. And I was in here and I had it closed. And I was sitting right here. And I was...
Wait, you changed your room? Oh, you're in another room now. Okay.
Yeah, this is my room now.
Okay.
So I could hear the noise and I was just like, I'm fucking scared. And so Lauren's like, okay, open the window. And so like, I go over here, I open the window, and then I'm standing right here. And I'm like, I hear the hallway floor creak. And it's after it was growling from like it was like somewhere that way in the house, in the kitchen. And I hear the hallway floor creak and I said, I think it's right. And I didn't even get the full sentence out. I think it's right outside my door. My fucking door opens.
Now, which way does it open, Matt? So your door, does it open inward?
It didn't swing open. It did this.
Got it. Okay.
It opened like this, about that far.
Got it.
And bitch, I kid you not, it fucking shook me. Like, because the door was closed. I was scared, so I closed the fucking door. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't just like have it.
But doors in your house are known for like opening, closet doors, regular doors.
Right, but what I'm saying is that this thing like was growling at me, and then like I heard it in the hallway, and then like as I was saying, and I felt it too. I was literally telling her I think it's outside my door, and like it fucking opened the door. And then at that moment, I screamed at the top of my lungs. I went, like, I kid you not. And I ran over into this corner, and like over here, and here, hold on, and then I'm gonna turn this thing back around. And so I'm like in this corner, and I pull my clothes rack like this. Oh, I didn't do that. But I pull the clothes rack, and I'm literally behind it like this. And I'm literally in the fucking corner, like, and I'm telling Lauren, I'm pretty much just like freaking out. And Lauren's like, I'm like hiding in the corner like this. And Lauren's like, she's like, you need to get up and go open all your windows now. And I'm just like, I literally told her, I said, Lauren, I'm fucking terrified. I can't do it. And she's like yelling at me pretty much. She's like, go, get up, do it now. You have to. And I was like, okay. And so like I got up and I just ran through my door and ran out into the living room and opened the windows and ran into the kitchen, opened the windows. And then the whole time I'm like praying, literally. And yeah, as I was doing that, like the energy.
I'm so
like,
scared right now.
As I was doing that though, the energy kind of like calmed down.
Yeah.
And I started to feel like a little more comfortable, but I still was so shook. I was not comfortable. So I like, after I did that and opened the windows and stuff, I was like, I need to go outside. And so like I went outside and I had a cigarette, and Lauren and I were like talking through it. And I was like, okay, like I'm ready to go back up. And finally, so I went back up, and as I go back inside, I like saw that mirror again. And I was like, oh my God. And so like,
what do you mean you saw that mirror?
The mirror I never took out, the broken mirror.
Oh,
I should have never had it in there. I forgot to take it out multiple times throughout the day. The mirror he would always stare into, and it broke that morning. It's all connected. I know it is. He was not a good person. He invited something in with the crystals I gave him because he's just naturally not a good person, and he somehow it latched onto him. And I feel like because he was so trance-like into that mirror all the time, he would like recite things and like sing into it, and did it every single day. He would he would stare into that mirror probably half of the day, every single day.
Like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's fun to look into the mirror and stuff like that, like, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I know, but like when you spend
not to talk to yourself
8 hours?
No, not 8 hours.
Yeah,
like 27 minutes.
No, like it got to a point where he like he was always looking in that mirror.
That's really scary.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And it gets
okay.
It gets, there's even more to it. So then,
oh my God, how is there more?
I realized this mirror. I'm like, oh my God, I need to take this. Like, I should have taken this mirror out so much earlier. And I don't really think it was like the mirror that brought it in, but like I really think like it disrupted it, because you're never supposed to keep a broken mirror in your house. I know that. And then like, but it clearly had been there because that light had been flickering all the time since I had gotten back. So I went and took the mirror down. I threw it in the dumpster, and then I went back upstairs. I kid you not, ever since I opened the windows and haven't said like the prayers I was saying, that light has not flickered, and it's been doing it all week, and it hasn't since. And
are you serious?
I'm serious. I'm dead ass. And furthermore, so at the very end, when I went down to San Diego because I didn't want to be around that guy, because we were just not getting along. And I was like, I'm gonna go see my family. You're moving out. I want you gone before I get back. I don't want to see you again. And he went full fucking psycho while I was gone. He boarded himself up in my house. He had my windows covered. He thought there were people after him. He thought I had a hit out on him and that I had sent people No, I'm serious. And he
I'm
thought,
sorry, I don't mean to laugh
he
at this.
called me in the middle of the night. No, it makes sense. He was being possessed. No, not possessed. He was being haunted. He doesn't have that conscious like we do, so I don't think he knew it was a spirit. I think he actually thought there were people spying on him, because he called me at 4 a.m. I remember, and he was pissed off, and he was just like, "You fucking bitch, you know what the fuck you did?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, he's like, "I can't tell you, but because my phone is fucking tapped, and they're listening through the computer." And he's like, "They come at night. You know what you did."
So scared. I don't know what the fuck is happening right now.
He got so mad. He'd be like, "You know exactly what you did. You set me up. You're trying to get me killed." And like, because I wasn't coming back from San Diego,
I'm so scared.
He thought like I left him. He thought I put a hit out on him and had like a gang of people trying to murder him, and I left him in the apartment to die. And that's what he thought. But really, it was just a fucking demon in my apartment that was haunting him. I'm so serious. Like,
I
feel bad. I feel bad now, because I was so like, I was actually worried for him, because he was yelling at me so much, and I was like, "I literally don't know what you're talking about." And he was just like, "You fucking know, you fucking bitch, you set me up." He was so mad, and I was just like, I literally said to him, I said, "You are worrying me, and I think you need serious help, and I'm very worried for your safety right now."
Oh my gosh.
But like, he was so serious, and like he literally from that point has just completely been evil to me, and just said like thinks I'm the worst person ever. And he's like, you're trash, you know what you did, like da, da, da. Like, that's why he smoked cigarettes.
Wait, quickly share with the viewers the response earlier. You have to, please.
Oh, when he called me ugly? Yeah, he said I was ugly, and so I sent him back like the fattest badonkadonk booty picture ever, like, and me like looking sexy as hell, and I was just like, "My ass is fatter, I've lost weight, and my skin is clear. I'm doing great without you." But it's all true.
But it's not true.
No, but this was before I knew all this. So like, now it's crazy. When all this happened last night, I had some realizations, and I was like, okay, like he's still delusional, and yeah, he's still crazy, but on top of it, there was a fucking demon in here. So like, on top of his already delusional mind, there was like a haunting happening in my house, and he didn't know it. And so like, those mixed together made a very volatile situation. I kid you not, he had all my windows covered. He thought his phone was tapped. He was peeking out the window all the time. Like, the blinds were fucked up.
That is terrifying.
Smoking in the house. He didn't want to go outside. He was so scared. He was smoking in my house. He smoked over 400 cigarettes in my apartment. And the toilet was empty of water. I think he was using the bathroom in the fucking tub. I don't know. There was cigarette butts in the fucking trash can, in the toilet, everything. He trashed my apartment, that's because, and I thought, like, I was like, "You're fucking psycho. Why'd you do all this?" But like, he legitimately thought that there was people spying on him, surrounding him, bugging him, trying to kill him. Really, it was just this spirit. And that's why he was so mad at me. He thought that I left the apartment, that I moved, and I left him to just pretty much die there.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Matthew.
I don't know why that's so funny. I feel Why is that funny?
Oh shit. Okay, that was good.
Why is that funny?
Because it's just so fucking grim, and I have such like a morbid sense of humor.
I feel bad for him.
I'm so sorry for him.
No, no, it's fine. Like, I still had feelings for him at one point, so I sympathize with, like, I understand why, not why, but like, I don't know what I would do if I was in that situation and I didn't know I was being like haunted. I didn't know it was a spirit. Like, what would you think? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you asking me, or are you just like, is that rhetorical?
I mean, whatever, but...
Okay, fine. I mean, no one asks me questions anymore. I just feel like I'm asking all the questions.
Well, what would
Why?
you think? Okay,
I'm just kidding. I'm just
if you
kidding.
didn't know that there was a spirit and you were experiencing, you know, these feelings, what would you think? He thought that there were people
I was
in
like,
the
wait,
house.
are you asking me? I was kidding.
They come at night. They come at night.
Yeah, that's creepy. The come at night part. I swear to God, when you said that, I just felt like this whole.
And guess what? When all this happened last night, guess what time it was?
3 a.m.
It was nearer. It was right before. It was like 2:40 something. Like from 2:30 to 2:45, it was going on. And when he called me the one time, it was like at 4 a.m. And he was very angry. And I think like he kept saying it comes at night. So like, I think like something had just happened and like he had been dealing with it and he was like, I'm fine. Because we hadn't talked in forever. And he had me blocked. So he unblocked me to call me, and we had not spoken in multiple weeks. And he called me to tell me, you're a fucking snake and you know what you did. And I can't believe you. And And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, Mans was terrified. He was smoking cigarettes in the damn house because he thought like he couldn't go outside. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. At first I was like, ew, why would you smoke cigarettes in my house, you fucking nasty bum? But it was like, oh, because like you thought you were gonna die.
So, is the demon still there? Are you okay?
Well, I've like said hella prayers and I've had the windows open since last night.
But you don't know.
I've walked around and told it it's not welcome here, and I'm going to sage the place, and I'm going to. I'm gonna have it blessed. I'm gonna have my whole house blessed. It was that scary. It was that real and that scary. That like I'm really gonna like with the blood of Christ. I'm going to have my house blessed.
Okay, so you've had
dead ass.
You've had old ladies that open doors. You've had demons that flicker lights, and I mean, apparently they're into opening doors as well.
And literally come after me. I mean, it stalked me down the hallway, and then it fucking opened my door and came into my room. Like, that's fucking scary.
Well, when you put it like that, I mean, shit, at least buy me dinner.
I was shook. I've never felt like all of my hair on my body was up, and I had goosebumps, and I was shook, and I was like,
well, I mean, the whole goosebump theory thing, that doesn't necessarily have to pertain to ghosts. That pertains more to like when we don't understand, when things happen when we don't understand, we have receptors in our body. Right. Yeah, and so they just like, because back in the days, like in the evolution times when we were monkeys, to like kind of like go against our threats, our hair would stand up really tall. But now since we don't have that, our follicles just kind of like stand up as high as they possibly can. So like that doesn't always pertain to like ghosts and paranormal stuff. So like when people say that, I'm like, okay, well that doesn't necessarily.
Why did it start?
Well, because our mind doesn't understand what's going on, and when our mind doesn't understand what's happening, because it's a threat to us. So the light flickering and something falling at me in my house wasn't a ghost? No. Those occurrences, I'm not like trying to debunk those whatsoever. Those occurrences for sure. But I'm just stating what our body naturally does when we don't understand something. Oh, I'm simply saying I had goosebumps because I was fucking petrified. Yeah, no, I know. That's all I'm saying. Oh, okay. I've never been that scared in my life. And Lauren even said, because I screamed, Lauren even said, she's like, I was like, bitch, that was the scariest thing I've ever experienced. And Lauren seriously was like, I've never heard you scream like that. I'm scared tonight. I'm like scared like that now. Why do I tell creepy fucking stories at night, like 11 o'clock? It's 12 a.m. and I'm literally telling scary freaking stories, and now I can't even go to bed. Like, why do I do this to myself? Why? You come sleep with me. Oh my gosh, Matt, why do I do this? I'm scared. I'm scared.
How do you think I know I'm in the damn house? It happened.
I know, you're in there. That's insane.
No, because I don't think it's like fully gone, but I do think I'm protected.
But okay, so I'm not even gonna lie. So I've had paranormal experiences on this road that like a block down, a few streets down, and there's like this Indian reservation site, and it's very like it's known for like paranormal experiences. And to be honest, like it's right there, and it does feel very eerie and weird when you go down the next road. Like you can definitely feel like a heaviness. Now I'm scared and I want to cry.
That dinner was bomb.
Yeah, I can tell.
There's an Indian reservation by your fucking house.
Yeah, it's an Indian. Let me see. Let me see if I can.
Oh, in Poway.
Yeah, the Poway one. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, scary.
No,
Yeah. Matthew, there's something behind. Oh, I'm scared.
Stop! What? No, you're just. It's not funny. Stop!
I'm sorry, Matthew. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. Matthew, I love you. But literally, I did feel like I felt like, I don't know.
Oh, and like I saw over my shoulder, and since it's so small, I just saw this black over my shoulder, and I was like, like I wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh my god, stop. That was.
Oh my god. I'm having way too much fun on the internet. I really need to stop. I need to just I think I need to take like a week or two break.
Here's the tea.
I have so much, dude. I have so much footage of like so much everything. I'm just gonna have to just die one day. Like, there's just so much.